My family.
Full of black folks.
We're not powerless.
Taking down the system.
I think I might just like 2021.
Ah, yes, the CW. What can I say? What more can I say about such a garbage network? Or channel woke, as I've been calling it. I mean, you have a network that had so much promise, so much that it could have done. It had so many great shows. What has happened? Why has it gotten to this point? Well, politics of Hollywood, the activism, you know, you hire activists, you want to push an agenda to the audience, an agenda that nobody wants. We're already seeing this. We're seeing this in the current past elections that have just happened. We're seeing this, what people are coming forward, parents of children that basically they're seeing that their children being indoctrinated in a lot of things in school. And this is the same thing that they're trying to push on broadcast television. And we see it already with the 4400. And the 4400 has just aired. By the time this video is up, the third episode will be up and over, and the ratings will be out by that time period. Now, if you're not familiar with the 4400, it was a series that USA Network brought out many years ago. Back in 2004, starring Jacqueline McKenzie, Patrick Fluger, Conchita Campbell, Josh Gershwin, Mashallah Ali, Lauren Allen. And basically the series is that out of nowhere, a comet hovers over an area, and suddenly 4,400 people who have either been considered dead or missing in the past 50 years reappears in this area. And basically these people return, and they all have special powers. Where have they been? Why do they have these powers and stuff like that? And that's what the story commits to basically tell. The series was created by Renee Echevarria, who also was a producer on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Carnival Row, Dark Angel, also worked on many other series like Terra Nova, Castle, Medium. Also, other creator was Scott Peters, and he worked on, he was a writer on The Outer Limits and Are You Afraid of the Dark? He was a writer on the new V TV series on there, the 2009 to 11 series on there. Worked on Tracker, Animorphs, Highlander, wrote some episodes on that as well. The new series, which is out now currently, and the person behind this is Ariana Jackson, who worked on Unreal, Lethal Weapon as a producer, Riverdale, wrote on several of those series itself, but not a large biography as far as working in broadcast television to be able to take a series of this nature. And you see what some of the people have said in the beginning of this episode about the series and what they were trying to push. And the thing is that, you know, when you have a cast and you say, well, it has to be diverse, and you focus on one minority to the whole story, that, how can I say, you know, you're taking a series and just changing the storyline to focus on discrimination of one particular color. And the thing about it is that takes away from the whole entire series. Now, in the original series, there was, you know, Mashallah Ali, and you had that situation in there as well. But there were other people who had other stories. And this is the same thing when you look at the Watchmen series on HBO and the the Lovecraft series on there as well. And you look to the perspective that stuff like this doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is not what people want. And they say, well, this is diverse. It is not diverse. If you're focusing to the situation where you're focusing on one group and not a nice assortment of people in a series. When you have shows like The Expanse that could show you that it has a diverse cast without telling you it's a diverse cast, that's how it works. That's how it works. You don't start throwing the politics, the activism, all this shit into there, because basically we're all part of this world. Yes, there were dark days in this world, and I hope that we get through this one also. You're not going to change anything by throwing stuff like this out at the consumer, at the viewers out there, because they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it, and the ratings prove it in itself. When you look at the ratings, on October 25th, that's the show airs on Mondays, you had a 0.535, which is about, say, average for a CW show, whether it's Riverdale or Batwoman. Batwoman's a little bit lower on there. DC Legends, Flash. These are about the averages that they go through. Now, here's where it dips. The second episode dips. And we're talking dips, 0.358. That's not a lot of people. That takes it to an average of 0.447. That's not a lot of people. 300,000 viewers. 300,000 viewers. Look at a local town that has that many people, and there you go. That's how many people are watching. That's not a lot. Superman Lois hit up to 1.5 million viewers on there. The current Law and Order series, which is still fighting for their ratings, and they have lost in the ratings itself, but they're still touting over 3 million viewers. And you say, well, that's a network. CW is a network too. Why aren't they pulling these numbers? It's plain and simple. The programming that's on these networks, like the CW, don't work. The people don't want to see garbage like this. You know, reboots. They take all these shows and reboot them, and you know, they're just pure garbage. You know, most of these shows are hanging on by a string. Why haven't they been canceled is beyond me. You know, it's going to be to a point, and I already said this once before, it's going to be a point that the CW is going to go like every other network that was there before it. There were networks prior to this, and they had the programming, it didn't work out, and they, you know, moved on, and then the network died out and something else grew up from it. See, the best time period, and I always keep bringing this up, the 1990s, when you had the Primetime Network, and you had Action Pack, and you had a couple of others out there that basically were making, and this was Hollywood, they were making programming that worked. You had stuff like Babylon 5. You had programming like Hercules and Xena, and many other shows that did very well and moved on. Silk Stalkings, Forever Night. You know, these are shows that are still great classics today. Why? Why are they great classics? Because it was a good show, good acting, and they didn't go over the top on a lot of things. You know, CW wants to bring back Babylon 5. I have issues with that. And especially with all the things we've been hearing about in Hollywood lately, that, you know, hey, J. Michael Straczynski is involved in this. You know, God bless him if he can get past the politics in Hollywood. Because one thing is, it doesn't matter who they put on there. You know, the studio is in full control. Back when Babylon 5 came out, originally, the studio let J. Michael do what he wants. And then when it switched over to TNT, that's where it changed, and you could see the changes as far as the scripting, the storyline and stuff. Seasons 1 through 4 were fantastic. Season 5 was okay, but you saw the issues that come out, and then the spin-off series like The Crusade and some of the other mini movies and stuff like that. You saw what happened. And we expect to get a good series out of it. And, you know, they said, well, we're rebooting it. We're going to show it from the... No. Make something new. You can... J. Michael, you've had some great stuff out there. You've created some great shows out there. I always tout back to the series Jeremiah, which is a fantastic, fantastic show. And it well works. You know, good cast, good series. Even though it didn't last long, it was from 2002 to 2004. It was still a great story. So let's see how long 4400 lasts, and see how long the CW network lasts. Because I think their times are numbered right now. You know, and especially seeing what they're doing with Stargirl, and that's another video in itself. So. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to check out Saturday Pre-Flight, Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, on your local social media platforms, YouTube, BitChute, and later on Odyssey.